Welcome to the College for America virtual art tour. I'm going to be your art presenter, Rondell Corlett. Before we start, I wanted to go over some information with you, so you'll be more familiar and it'll help you when you see the art. It'll help you process what I'm saying to you. A few things is that the medium is a material that the art is composed upon. So a lot of these paintings we're going to look at is oil paint on masonite, but the medium could also be something else. It could be copper. That means it could be a sculpture or the painting could be in copper. So the composition is how the art is designed through the different elements, so the use of color and light. So in the composition, the artist could use light colors to represent the position of the sun, or it could use dark colors to represent emotion. Subject matter is what exactly is the artist trying to get through to you. So the subject matter, so through the use of composition, the artist could be portraying sadness, and that could be the subject matter could be sadness, and it could be through the use of dark colors. It could be through the position of the sun. It could be the use of tears. It could be a lot of different elements, but so the subject matter is really what the artist is trying to get through to you, and the style represents how they're going to get it through to you. A few of the major styles that we're going to touch on now is realism, naturalism, and surrealism. So realism is when the artist shows it how it actually is with all the flaws and imperfection. Naturalism is more or less when the artist is drawing the painting or producing the art in real world precise, as precisely as possible. And surrealism is more unreal, fantasy, things like that. Dragons, something trying to represent a dream, something like that. And expressive content is the feeling that the artist is trying to convey. So love, sadness, joy, or just to name a few. So who we're talking about here, we're talking about Frida Kahlo, and she was born on July 6, 1907 in Coyoacán, Mexico City, Mexico. She is self-taught under her education, and she is also known for paintings of herself. One of the main things associated with her life that may have had a great impact with her painting is that she was crippled at the age of 19. So definitely it shows there that she was trying to express herself through her art and through her paintings where maybe she couldn't physically go herself. So the first painting we're going to talk about here is the Little Deer. So as we look at this, we see that the dark colors are in the foreground, light colors are in the background. She represents herself as a deer. The deer is hit by many arrows, so that could represent her affliction, her being crippled. She shows her face on the top of the deer, and the antlers are coming out of her hair. So this piece of art was created in 1946 on oil and masonite. The composition, she uses green and blacks in the foreground to show sadness. This contradicts the use of blues and greens in the background, so it's almost like happiness is far away. The subject matter, she portrays herself as a wounded buck, and also she portrays herself as a male figure because she has horns. The style is surrealism, and I definitely think the artist portrays herself as a male deer that struck many times by arrows, like I said before, and she definitely shows a lot of emotion with color, but she doesn't show the sign of pain on her face. The next piece of art is a self-portrait. This is also by Frida Kahlo. Let me go back to that there. As you can see, she shows a lot of color on the top of her head through the use of the flowers, but she maintains the stern look on her face, and the background isn't as bright and lively as in the previous image, but with that color on the top of her head, it represents happiness, but it's not exactly. She's wearing happiness, but she isn't happy at the same time. And this was created in 1940. The medium is oil and masonite. And the composition, like I said, the use of bright purples and yellows and greens with the flowers on her head, and it contrasts the dark, shadowy greens and pinks of her face. The subject matter, like I said, the contrasting between the green and blacks, and it uses realism as the style. So she's showing herself as with her imperfections as she is, and but one of the things is the background isn't very descriptive. It shows the contrast of emotion, but even though she has these colorful flowers on her head, she is still void of a smile. So that definitely says a lot there about the art. And this next piece is Self-Portrait with Monkey. And as you see her, that's Frida there. And the monkey around her neck and in the background is the same color as her hair. So it almost blends in. It's in the image, but she is definitely in the forefront, and you almost kind of notice the monkey in the background. And this is dated in 1938. The medium is on oil and masonite, and the composition she uses, like I said, the similarity between the color of her hair and the color of the monkey to blend, to camouflage a monkey in the background. And the style is naturalism, and the expressive content, it's like she has the monkey is there almost like it represents playfulness, childishness, innocence, and she is in the foreground being the opposite. And judging by the look on her face, which is a very prominent feature of her art, that she has a lot of pain that she's trying to get over, but at the same time her art still shows a great deal of happiness.